Hello guys and welcome back. This is a video review with my Skywatcher ED80 telescope after using it a couple of years. This was my first telescope and I did use it first year a lot after I bought several telescopes and I did use them all. One time I was using my TechnoSky telescope that is only 420 millimeters and with a reducer, was best for wide field. Sometimes I was using my ED80 for deep sky or planetary, and after I bought also the Maxotov and Richie Chrétien, I also used those telescopes. After a couple of years, the only problem that I had with this telescope was the focuser. And this is the reason I placed the telescope like this on zenith, to show you exactly what was the problem. The problem was with focusing against gravity at zenith, did not want to focus. So to solve this, I had to take a 2.5 millimeters Allen key and tighten a screw here or bolt that allow me to increase the tension with the draw tube. So now you can see it does focus correctly. And I will release this bolt here as it was before fixing it to show you exactly how it worked before with a heavy camera. And I could not focus in a position like this at zenith. So you see now it does not want to focus against gravity, only goes back. And now I'll fix this. So I'll just go here. So here is the focuser, right? And using the 2.5 Allen key, I'll just go and tighten it a little bit more, like this, right? Okay, and now after I tighten this bolt here, I increase the tension here with the drop tube after tightening this one, this knob in the middle. And now even with this focuser lock knob loosen, I should be able to focus against gravity. And yeah, it works without having to tighten. However, now we can also tighten. And yeah, no slope here. Anyway, you only need a little bit to tighten. You do not need to force this. You see here, even if I loosen, how it stays at zenith. This was the problem. After I tightened this bolt, now it can focus against gravity. You see? So problem fixed. Let's talk a little bit about the pros of this telescope. It's a lightweight telescope with the rings and also with the original guide scope, weighs just over 3 kilograms. I just placed it now a smaller finder scope at the moment. I have the original in the box. So it's lightweight enough to be able to use it also with less expensive mounts. Also, the optics is very good. We have ED glass that has a very good color correction. So we have here a doublet that is considered an apochromatic telescope because the correction is very good. Also, compared with other refractors, the field curvature distortion is small on this telescope at 600 millimeters focal length. So the good thing is that you can use this telescope also without this reducer corrector and obtain very good results without necessarily having to crop the image. Indeed, we'll have some distortion on the edges, but not so much. I'm really pleased with this telescope, and I was able to use it at 600 millimeters focal length for galaxies or smaller nebulas. And this helps a lot because at 600 millimeters you'll have better image scale and you'll be able to obtain more details, especially on this kind of deep sky objects. Of course, it will be a difference for galaxies comparing a larger aperture telescope with longer focal length, because it's still an 80 millimeters refractor with 600 millimeters focal length. So with my other telescope, Richie Chrétien 6-inch or the Skymax 127, I will be able to get better results on galaxies. However, if you're buying this as your first telescope, you'll have a great advantage because you'll be able to obtain good results also on galaxies and nebulas, and also on planetary. I will show you also a video when I'll compare this with the Skymax 127, and I can tell you, if you place a 3 times Barlow or 4 times Barlow on the Skywatcher ED80, the results are so close between the two that it's just incredible to be able to get so good results on planets with an ED80 telescope. So for lunar, planetary, nebulas and also galaxies, I would say this is the best choice if you want to get good results on most of the targets. However, on wide field astrophotography, you won't be able to get so good results like with a shorter focal length telescope, because there you need to capture more part of the sky. And using this telescope you can get even better results, but in much more time, like a few nights, and taking pictures of each area and making a mosaic. But without a mosaic you won't be able to capture the same field of view like a short focal length refractor. So it has pluses and minuses. So for wide field imaging, a short focal length telescope, it still has its advantages over the ED80. As I said before, it's an excellent telescope for general deep sky objects, nebulas, galaxies and also lunar and planetary. Here we have a dew shield and the cap. The dew shield is fixed, so it's hard a little bit to clean, but this will not be a big problem because you do not have to clean it too often. And here the rings, if you want to place a camera, piggyback a camera here, you need to be careful not to move the telescope while here the rings are with the camera tightened, because it can scratch the paint. So this was one of the first mistakes I've made when I bought this telescope. However, it's not a big issue, it's still okay, only some scratch here. The build is very good. It's solid, it's acclimates very good, fast. The color correction again is good, almost zero chromatic aberration, very close with a triplet apochromatic telescope. With the Skywatcher ED80 reducer, you can use it at around 500 mm focal length and a faster focal ratio of f6.3. Without the reducer, at 600 mm, we are at 7.5 f number. So very good optics, very easy to use. The focuser is Crayford focuser that is very smooth, and if you have any problems with the tension you can fix it and it will work with a heavy camera without any problems.